So it's just us mortals from here on in? It's fine with me. I don't mind admitting that the idea of friendly vampires kinda creeps me out. North Point was my home for the last few years, so I know the place pretty well. Never snuck in through a smuggler's tunnel, though. That's gonna be a new experience. Just remember that we're part of House Montclair and things should go fine. We need to sneak in slowly, one at a time. Wandering around as a group would just be inviting trouble. The tunnel is supposed to lead through the lighthouse. We need to get inside and find a place we can use to get the lay of the land. Hold on, I'm coming with you! The others are gonna give us a little time to find a safe location to use as a base. No point in all of us getting captured together. Let's check the buildings. There has to be one we can use as a safe location. Innkeep Bollock lived here. I hope he isn't one of these blood fiends. Anyway, this place is too small for our needs. Let's keep looking. This should do nicely. Let's make sure it's clear. Go on. Go find the rest of our assault team. I'll have this place all cozy-like in no time. Because you're gonna go back out there and let them know where we are. And see if you can figure out where Lorrea is hiding while you're at it. I'll get the place settled and make sure we don't attract any unwanted visitors. Watch your arse out there. I mean, did you see all the vampires and blood fiends? Oh, you better hurry. We don't want to leave his lordship and her ladyship alone out there too long. It isn't safe.
Well, that's never happened before. Look out! Behind you! Watch out! They're coming out of the woodwork! I lost track of the Baron and the Countess when I heard the innkeeper scream. But I was too late. He gave me the key to the inn before he died. I think he tried to tell me something, but I couldn't make it out. Be on your guard. Here comes more of those monsters. Thanks for rescuing me. Just so you know, this isn't a usual occurrence. Oh, who am I kidding? This happens to me all the time. Can I assume the house you emerged from is our safe location? Of course it is. I'll just wander over and have a little lie down. It's all the same with you.
Nothing is certain until it happens.
Letting a noblewoman wander alone through a city full of vampires and blood fiends. What was Scordo thinking? Letting a RK guides our way as usual. Are they all like this? The people of Northpoint? Did Larea turn them all into these vile creatures? May the light watch over them. Praise RK. I can't believe that sweet Larea would do something like this to our people. What could have driven her to such horrors? I'll head to the manor and meet you there. Gather the others and let's meet at the manor. We have plans to make and I fear our time grows short. The light preserve us.
Oh, there you are. I thought my son might be hiding here, in his office. But all I found was his journal. You might as well have a look. Alec and I haven't always seen eye to eye, and he's made no effort to hide his feelings about me in his journal. He does mention the arrival of Lady Larea, though. I'll tell you more when we gather with the others. No reason to repeat myself. Serene Manor. I know it well. Nice to see we finally found a good use for that pompous ass. I'll meet you there. We'll discuss the contents of my son's journal when the entire team is together. Try not to let the blood fiends suffer when you kill them. They were the citizens of Northpoint once.
Larea has been here all along, and your son didn't do a damn thing about it?
According to Alec's journal, yes. He seems to have been infatuated with the woman. Didn't even get alarmed when she started turning people into blood fiends.
More blood fiends? I hate this. Just give me something to hit already. But it does sound like your son betrayed Northpoint, Baron.
It's the Remnant. It put Alec under her spell. I'm surprised he was even able to write in his journal. Maybe that was his way of warning us. Veranda sent me to help. He said he needed to do some more research. I swear the man's got his head buried in that old book you found in Lorkrata. But if it wasn't that, it'd be something else. He loves his research, that's for sure.
The Baron was just filling us in on what was written in his son's journal. Spell or no, Alec has a lot to answer for. If he's even still alive. First, we need to find out if anyone survived Larea's private party. The Countess heard noises coming from the inn. It's not much to go on, but at least it's a place to start looking. Part of me wants to find Larea in there. Then we could put a blade through her and be done with this business. But I really hope the townsfolk have crowded in there and barricaded the doors. Either way, we need to get in there and see. So Darien accomplished something useful after all. Go upstairs and get that key. Funny thing, Darien was scratched and battered, claimed the blood fiends bit him. But the Countess didn't find a single bite mark on him. chance he was mistaken. Part of me wants to find Loraya in there.
My own son. I can't believe it. He has placed a stain on the honor of House Dorrell that I may never be able to remove.
Darien can't talk right now. I gave him something to relieve his pain, and to quiet him down for a little while. The man does love the sound of his own voice. The end of my staff. Right to the side of his head. Best way to quickly quiet a delirious soldier. He was making enough noise to give away our presence, and I was in no mood to fight a horde of those creatures. A key? Yes. He was holding on to it rather tightly. I had to pry it from his grip before I could tend to his injuries. Is it important? RK provides. Bless us all. I heard sounds coming from the inn as I made my way here. Now we can get inside and see what's in there. I hope it's the survivors of this terrible disaster. I'd hate to think that Loraya turned or killed them all.
Can't talk now. The pretty lady said it's sleepy time. Shh.
I'm going with you to check on the inn. Scordo, when we give the signal, call in the army. Head to the inn. I'm right behind you. My people. A ruler shouldn't have to cut down his own people like this. Let's check upstairs. Someone must have survived this nightmare.
Be silent. We don't want them to hear us. Whoever or whatever you may be, I advise you to go away and leave us alone. These people are under my protection, and I will not allow you to harm them. I believe we are perfectly safe up here. Thank you all the same. Now go away. You have more than enough victims to suit your needs. I won't allow you to have any more. That's just what I'd expect one of Lorea's minions to say. Now leave us alone.
You, in the attic. I am Allard, Baron of House Dorrell, and I swear you will be safe in my hands.
It's good to see you're still alive, my old friend.
And you as well. But tell me, is Alec hiding up there?
I'm sorry to say, but no. I left him at your manor. It's good to see Baron Allard again. He's like a brother to me. It's been weeks since we last saw each other. I only wish this reunion was under better circumstances. When Loraya sealed the city and began turning people into blood fiends, I used my sword to cut a path to this inn and led as many as I could to safety. I was forced to kill friends who turned into monsters, but I was able to save some of our people. Quite a few, and there are more hiding around the city, protected by members of the North Point Guard. I gave the order myself as soon as I saw what Loraya was doing. I just wish Lord Alec had been able to resist her as well. It started innocently enough. She had Lord Alec call a gathering at the square. Then she addressed the crowd, saying how the blessing of Montclair would soon be upon us. That we would join her, love her. Then people started turning all around us. A spell, perhaps. I'm not really sure. She made some strange gestures and spoke a few arcane words. Then it was as if a wave of power flowed out of her. People immediately began turning into blood fiends. But not everyone was affected by her blessing. Lady Larea has taken Dorel Manor as her own. But I have a key. Take it. Save as many of our people as you can. And be aware that Lord Ellic is still with her. He was alive when I last saw him, but completely under Larea's influence.
I'll give the signal. It's time to liberate North Point from these monsters. Meanwhile, go to my manor and evict Montclair's daughter from the premises, with extreme prejudice.
What? Ah, all the nobles have gathered. What an excellent party. Someone new? How exciting! Come up, come up! You must introduce yourself before you can join the festivities. Oh, I know you. You must be the one her beautiful ladyship has been expecting. You're just in time for our grand celebration. We're celebrating the new and better life that will soon be ours. Lady Larea is going to honor us with her blessing, and then we will never die. Careful, friend. That's the lovely Lady Larea you've just insulted. I'll forgive this first slight, but if you persist, I will be forced to defend my lady's honor. Probably, but it's not what you think. We freely accepted the will of the beautiful Lady Larea. She loves us, and we're devoted to her every wish and whim. My lady is upstairs. I'm sure she'd love to meet you. And when she tells you about her blessing, about the wonderful gifts she brings, I'm sure you'll fall in love with her just as I have. Just as we all have. Friends, fellow nobles, the glorious blessing of Lady Larea is almost upon us. Let us prepare ourselves to bask in her presence.
You might as well come up. I know that I can take your pain away. I can make you feel so much better. Well, well, well. You're not at all what I was expecting. That makes this so... Let me take a look at you. So you're the one who dispatched my father's pet Argonian. Well done, by the way. Well done. I'm so glad you're here. I was becoming dreadfully bored with Ellic and the rest of these silly nobles. Isn't it fascinating? You want to strike me, but your weapon hangs loosely at your side. I wonder why that is. Oh, I know. It's because I will it. This is my world now. I feel your desire to please me, and I can use it to make you do as I wish. You believe the nobles are in danger? You want to save them? How sweet. They love me. They have given themselves to me. Thanks to the Remnant, I am their god. And now I also have you, the hero that Verandis presumed to use against my father and I. You're trying to resist me? Oh, what sport we shall have. But first, I have duties to perform. Come, join me downstairs. We must attend the celebration. Perhaps I'll even honor you with the first dance, before you try to kill me.
You need to resist her, my friend.
Northpoint has given so much to me already. So many devoted worshippers. So much blood.
You must break free of her spell
Soon
before all is lost.
Rivenspire will do the same. And then all the lands beyond.
Just as in Locrata, Loraya has cast a veil. It hides her, protects her. You must find a way to enter the illusion. The basement. I can feel slight imperfections in the spell down there. The veil is a powerful illusion, but just as at Locrata, you can manipulate its power using a tear. You have entered the veil. Now find Loraya and finish this.
As usual, Verandis once again ruins my fun. I guess I'll just... You hate me, don't you? Why does everyone hate me? See how the people...
Poor Loraya. I never wanted it to come to this. I had hoped to save Loraya from this fate, or else I should have been the one to end her campaign. I'm sorry this unfortunate task fell to you. Loraya gathered the nobles here, played with them, forced them to love her. It was the closest she could get to real happiness since the loss of her mother. When she was done playing, she was going to turn them all into blood fiends. Your perceptions are excellent. She used this veil in two ways, to hide herself and to overwhelm your senses with illusion. Unlike Locrata, instead of shredding the veil, this time you used the tear to enter Lorea's illusion. With Lorea's death, the power of the veil fades. As soon as it dissipates, the nobles will appear. But now the final confrontation draws near. Gather our forces and meet me at the Shrouded Pass. We must return to the Doom Crag to end this.
What happened?
Fate does not smile upon me.
By the Eight. Who did this? What happened to my people? Loraya Montclair? Yes, she arrived here. She said she was here to help. Then... I can't remember anything else. Is the rest of Northpoint... Is the city safe? I need to get outside. Find my father. I need to make sure that Northpoint's all right. Of course. Give us a moment to compose ourselves and we'll meet you outside. People, listen to me. Let's head outside and make sure the rest of the city is secure. We'll return for the fallen later. Right now, the living need us more.
In the name of High King Emmerich, and in accordance with the laws of the land, I hereby order the arrest of Alec Dorel for treason, and the death of his kinsman.
But father, it wasn't my fault.
You allowed an enemy into our city, into our home. Dozens fell to these monsters because you couldn't ignore a pretty face.
I never meant for anyone to get hurt. I'm not even sure what happened. Loraya said she wanted to help, and... I'm sorry.
Apologies won't bring our people back. It won't return honor to our family name. Guards! Take Alec away. You are dead to me, Alec. Dead to me.
I'm sorry I disappointed you, father. It won't happen again.
You may not believe this, but that wasn't how I wanted our reunion to play out. But laws were broken. People died. I can't ignore our laws. Not even to save my son. I left Alec in charge. The safety of North Point was his responsibility. Someone has to answer for the deaths he caused this day. If I was in his position, I would expect the same treatment. Larea paid, and for that I thank you. But Alec wasn't under a spell when he welcomed her into North Point. That was his choice. I won't leave him here to make the same mistake again. Shrouded Pass? That means Montclair is in the Doomcrag. Then the time has come to strike down the traitor and restore peace to our shores. But first I want to thank you for helping the people of North Point. I won't forget your bravery. It has been a grueling day. Restock and rest. We'll begin the march to the Doomcrag when you're ready. Then the time has come to meet Count Ravenwatch at the base of the Doomcrag. Head for the Shrouded Pass.
May preserve us. I don't relish the idea of climbing that cursed peak. But if that's where Montclair hides, then the Doomcrag is where we must go.
I've explored a few alien ruins in my time. Dangerous places. But you know me. I love dangerous places.
So Montclair is at the Doomcrag? Perfect. I always wanted to assault a haunted pinnacle high in the mountains.
She needs some hope, some reason to live. Our farm, everything we owned, it's all gone.
You'll hear our story repeated around Rivenspire, I expect. The roads just aren't safe anymore. Bandits from the Orc's Finger ruins hit our farm. They slaughtered livestock and looted the place. We only escaped because we hid. Then we ran. Until the next disaster befalls us. Marion, she lost her necklace, a family heirloom. You look capable. I have to stay with her, get her to Shornhelm. Would you go after these bandits? Try to find her necklace. Thank you for even considering this. Look for us in Shornhelm if you find it. The necklace. It's been in her family for hundreds of years. I think that necklace meant more to her than the farm. Bitter-hand bandits. Bitter bastards, more like it. Trouble for everyone these days. If my brother Adold were here, we could have fought them off. But I couldn't take them on by myself. Not with Marion to protect. He's living the good life as a merchant in Eastmarch. We used to be quite a pair. Fought back to back across the face of Tamriel. But then I met Marion and settled down. Adold went soft and became a fishmonger. Funny name for a dreadful place, isn't it? It's one of those Ayleid ruins you find scattered about the region. The Bitter Hand took it over recently. Been using it as a base ever since. Story goes that there was an orc warrior, long ago, that came through the region looking for spoils and battle. He met his end in the ruin, dead at the hands of an Ayleid lich. Only thing they found of him? His finger bone. The name stuck. Keep your voice down. No, we're not married. We've been together for years, but I can never find the moment. And with her broken up like this, well, that moment isn't now.
I heard you talking to Lothson. Don't worry, I'll be fine. The big galoot has it in his head I'm some fragile thing. But it would be nice to have the necklace back. Yes. The Bitter Hand has been skulking about the farmlands for some time now. I knew they'd hit the farm sooner or later. Just figured on it being later, you know? That's what Lothson keeps telling me. Keeps telling me to hold on. We'll find hope soon. My mother didn't raise me to be some simpering Daggerfall flower. I've been working a farm since I could hold a shovel. I'll live. My great-grandmother's great-grandmother had it made. To celebrate her joining some forgotten king's court, my mother told me. I just know it's been worn by every woman in my family for generations. I'd hate to lose it forever.
Yes. Can I help you? Did my brother send you? Yes. Yes, that's me. You must be another of my brother's friends. He's always looking out for me. Was he able to send any gold this time? I'm almost out of the balm I bought with that last purse. He's so generous and kind to me. Oh, no. Please, no. Is he all right? It's been so long since I heard from him. I've been so worried. No! Nidras, dead? Nidras always did what needed to be done. I was so sick. Why didn't he tell me? He said he was doing odd jobs, some mercenary work. We could have found another way. My brother died over a handful of gold in some fat merchant's purse for some bomb that might maybe make me more comfortable. This isn't happening. How could he let this happen? He did? Oh, Nadras, you do love me. Wherever you are, thank you. Thank you for thinking of your poor sister. I can't believe I'll never see Nadras again. But he was so kind to me. And you. Thank you for telling me about my brother and bringing me his gift. I'll never forget you.
Good day to be out on the sea, isn't it? So why am I standing around here on the docks, you might ask? It's a good damn question. Ask Captain Mark.
I'm just glad there were some survivors at the mill. It could have been so much worse.
No, stupid lighthouse. Stupid bandits. Stupid hag raven. Oh.
Why is everything spinning?
My shoes? Oh, let me think. I was walking along the shore looking for mud crabs when a hag raven tried to get frisky with me. She said she liked the cut of my toes. I told her, no, I'm a married man. After that, my memory gets a bit fuzzy. Oh no, my mace! The mace of Dormouse, someone or another. It belongs to my wife. She'll kill me if I lost it. Can you find the mace? Maybe the hag raven has it. I think I remember seeing her head toward our lighthouse. I need to sit here until the spinning stops.
I am so doomed. And it feels like there's a dozen horses dancing the Wood Elf frolic directly behind my left eye.
It's a family heirloom. Been in my lovely Frederick's family for generations. If I go back to the lighthouse without her mace, Frederick will never forgive me. And her mother, she'll give me that look. Oh, you know the one. The one that rips away your confidence and your dignity and leaves you doubting your very worth to society. That look. The hag raven cast a spell. That's the only explanation for how the mace slipped from my fingers. Why are you so interested in my bloody shoes? Just please, find my wife's mace. I really can't stand to disappoint her again. You ask more questions than a curious Khajiit. What's to tell? She screeched something unintelligible at me, tried to take advantage of my manly charms, and then cast a spell on me. If she's headed to our lighthouse, my wife is in danger.
Greetings, Walker. Rabamak has many spotless goods. You will come and look, yes? Mother always said this one was a kitten-headed fool. Here, take everything. Just let this one go.
Is there something I can do for you? I really am rather busy at the moment. Of course not! Do I look like a monster to you? Let me guess. You met my drunken waste of a husband, Parkier? I'm sure he was remorseful, hungover, and telling tall tales. And he probably wasn't wearing any shoes. He lost the mace of Dumont Belland? Again? And tried to blame a hagraven? I found him last night, drunk as a naked Nord and refusing to listen to a word I said. He ran off, waving the mace and yelling incoherently about mud crabs and his manly charms. Parkier probably dropped it near the river. It's not that far. Just head toward the mountains and you'll run right into it. Maybe you'll find his shoes while you're out there too. In any event, I'm grateful for your help. And a remarkable pedigree as well. My ancestor, Dumont Belland, carried it proudly into battle. Most notably, it helped him win the Second Battle of Shornhelm. Or was it the Third Battle of North Point? Well, it's oh so important to my family. Parkier probably dropped it near the river. It's not that far. Just head toward the mountains and you'll run right into it. Maybe you'll find...
My friend! How good to see you again. Did you give the Hagraven a proper thrashing? And did you happen to find my wife's mace? Tell me all is well, and we'll drink to our good fortune. My wife? You met the lovely Frederique? What about that feisty Hagraven? I'm sure I remember her saying something about how arousing mud crabs on the half-shell could be, but tell me, did you find the mace? Ah, yes. I was trying to smash a few mud crabs when the bandits arrived. I barely escaped with my manly charms intact. Well, thanks for finding the mace of Dumont Belland. Frederique can get very loud and screechy when she's upset with me. These don't look like my shoes. Mine had tassels here, and a tear there, and more buckles. My shoes definitely have more buckles. But thank you for finding my wife's mace. I wish I could have been there with you when you took down that Hagraven.
There's my brave warrior, as barefooted as the day I met him. Do you remember anything from last night?
There you are, my sweet. I battled a Hagraven last night. Or was it a mud crab?
Yes, dear. Of course, dear. And what did I tell you about wearing shoes? You promised you'd put them on whenever you left the lighthouse.
Shoes? Shoes are for a lesser man. My manly toes need to breathe. It's a medicinal fact.
Thank you for returning my mace. My husband always loses things, and he refuses to put on a decent pair of shoes. But I do love him so. As soon as he's sober, though, we're going to have a talk about why I remind him of a Hagraven.
My friend, I am sorry you had to be the one to end Lorea's troubled existence. It was unfortunate, but necessary. And now, if we are to save Rivenspire, we must engage in another unfortunate act. The time to deal with Baron Montclair is upon us. Montclair is here. Of that there can be no doubt. He awaits atop the Doomcrag, where he somehow activated ancient defenses to block our path. We need to find a way around these defenses and then set up portals to transport our troops up the mountain. The book we uncovered at Locrata contains maps of the ruins, among other things. These maps show 2 portal chambers leading to the top of the Doomcrag. If you can reach the first chamber and open a portal, we can begin moving troops into position. Be on your guard. In addition to activating ancient defenses, Montclair has somehow awakened the Ayleid guardians that haunt these ruins. You may have to deal with them as well as you make your way into the first portal chamber. Of course, but let's try to move this along. I fear Baron Doral will charge straight into an Ayleid trap in his haste to make something happen. A recent appellation. It refers to the thick fog that develops within the pass up the mountain. But my translation of the text tells me this was once a great place of learning and worship, with pilgrimages occurring daily to the top of the Doomcrag. The Locrata text may provide us with some insight that will help us deal with Baron Montclair. I just need to finish my translation. This requires great care and concentration. I don't want to make an error that will cost us dearly later. Baron Montclair must have triggered the ancient wards. Many of the passages have barriers that were not present the last time I was here. He also seems to have disturbed the bones of the ancient Ayleids. They are now awake and angry that we're here. The Locrata text may provide us with some insight that will help us deal with Baron Montclair. I just need to finish my translation. This requires great care and concentration. I don't want to make an error that will cost us dearly later.
Ayleid defenses? That doesn't sound good. But I'm sure you can handle it. Just give a holler if there's any way I can lend a hand. Not too much. Just the usual bickering between Tamrith and Doral. It's starting to wear on my nerves, truth be told. I needed a little quiet time. You could probably find the Countess and the Baron up ahead arguing about something or another.
What do you want?
This is too much. Do I look like some kind of powerful sorceress to you? No, I'm just an apprentice. I can't take on an army of Baron Montclair's thugs. I mean, I want to advance within the Mages Guild, but they ask the impossible. The Magister in Shornhelm sent me out here to recover a relic called the Tear of Anurame. It's incredibly valuable. I don't think he even expects me to succeed. I think he's just trying to get me killed. You mean, you would go and get the Tear of Anurame for me? Yes, of course! If you'll go get the tear and bring it back to Magister Wolftus in Shornhelm, that would show the old bastard. I think I could even claim credit. I can't tell you what a relief it is to have your help. I'll stay here for a little while in case you have any questions, but then I'll head back to Shornhelm. I'll tell Magister Wolftus I've dealt with the matter, and he'll soon have his relic. You're the one doing the real work here. If all I have to do is answer a few questions, I'm getting off easy. What do you want to know? According to legend, it's the final tear shed by the Ayleid princess Anurame after she was betrayed by her lover. They say its substance is pure hatred, and it has the power to crush armies. The book I brought with me describes it in more detail. I've been studying magic for a few months, but all I can really do is conjure up a light. I suppose that would help you a little, but honestly, I have a feeling I'd just get killed. I might even get you killed, too. Magister Wolftus said this assignment wasn't just a test of my magical ability, but also of my resourcefulness. Finding you and enlisting your help was pretty resourceful. At least that's the argument I intend to make.
The large door straight ahead. Clearly, that's the main entrance. That's the way we should proceed.
This door is closer. It could provide a shorter path. Perhaps fewer blood fiends to contend with.
I'd rather cut through the enemies I can see than walk blindly into something I can't. The ruins might be full of traps.
My dear Baron, you have an annoying habit of never listening to a word I say. You'll do as you please, as usual. I pray to the light that we have the will and the strength to end the threat of Baron Montclair. I think the nearby door leads up to the next level of this ancient ruin. It has to be safer than trying to run that gauntlet of skeletons, as the Baron suggests. Scordo has already gone inside to scout out the path.
I'm ready. No, I am more than ready. The time has come to put Baron Montclair down like the crazed dog he has become. Yes, I'm well aware of the Count's plan. I suggest the direct approach. Straight up the path and through the door at the end. No skulking through Ayleid ruins as the Countess wants to do. And every enemy is in clear view along the way.
Are the nobles still bickering or discussing strategy, as they like to say? Gives me a headache. I needed to do something, so I decided to look around in here. Seems to be something up ahead, past the angry skeletons. Time to kick some skeletal arse! This was just what I needed. You go on ahead. I'll wait here and make sure the way stays clear.
What a strange chamber! Look at the tiles on the floor! I wonder if this is an Ayleid device to operate the barriers. I pray to the light that we have the will and the strength to end the threat of Baron Montclair. Baron Dorell is pushing the troops forward. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't just charge in when we got here. I'm certain he believes he can take the Doomcrag on his own. We'd just get in his way. Only stories. It was once a great Ayleid city. It must have been glorious in its day. But when I was growing up, all the tales spoke of a haunted, looming spire. If you must know, the thought of going up there sends shivers down my spine. Something's happening! Can you see them? The Ayleid spirits! Watch which tiles they go to! Each tile is marked with a constellation. Perhaps if we repeat the actions of the spirits, we can open the barrier that blocks our way. You did it! The barrier has disappeared. We can move on and try to find the portal chamber now.
I knew you would find the chamber and open the portal. As our troops emerge from the portal and take a position outside, you need to make your way to the second portal chamber. Once you activate that portal, we can get the troops that much closer to the top of the Doomcrag. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We must step through each door we come upon in turn. For now, you need to reach the second portal chamber. Go on. Second portal chamber should be on the 3rd level.
Look at that spire. Rather menacing, don't you think? I should be nervous, but the thought of climbing up there? It's pretty exciting.
Another barrier blocks our way. Look around and see if you can find a way to disable it. I can use the Locrata text to help translate the Ayleid words carved upon these pedestals. Why don't you examine the statue by the barrier? It has an important air about it. Angar? That could mean iron. Or cold. I suppose this one refers to winter.
Awake! The long eons of silence have finally come to an end. I speak in the coarse tongue of our servants, so that you may understand. Knowledge is the key that opens this door, and none may pass who have not gained knowledge. To the knowledge of which I speak, you must understand the cycle of time to pass beyond this chamber. When you feel you are ready, my riddle shall begin. Tell me, what is the time of dawning? Of birth and nourishing rain?
The green shine? That's close, but not quite right. I guess Morelata? The dark light, dusk. I think this one was referring to autumn. Laurelace. The time of sweet water? That must refer to spring rain.
Tell me, what is the time of dawning? Of birth and nourishing rain? Time moves forward as sweet. Flowing water brings new life and new promises. A time of light and joy and abundant growth. Long hot days give way to short hot nights. The cycle advances as the golden sun fills each long day. An end comes to all things, and like dusk comes before the night, this cycle comes before the grey of iron death. A time of reaping, yes, of preparing for the cold that fills the world. Tell me true, if you really wish to pass. What is the season of iron grey? What is the cycle in which the world finally dies, at least for a time? The last cycle, when warmth is but a memory, and rebirth seems an eternity away. Our duty has been fulfilled. We held the barrier in place until the proper time, which you unlocked, by understanding the rhythm of the cycles. And like those cycles, our time has come to an end. You may pass in peace.
The barrier has fallen. The portal chamber should be just a short way ahead. The Doomcrag waits just beyond this chamber. The Doomcrag and Baron Montclair.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to traveling by portal. One moment you're there, the next moment you're here. It's positively disconcerting. Better than I expected. We met with some resistance, but thanks to your efforts, we've been able to move our troops quickly through this death trap. We should be, once everyone has come through the portal. Why don't you check with Count Ravenwatch and see if he's ready? I hate to say it, but his knowledge has been invaluable in all this.
I never really thought this day would come, but it is what Verandis has been training me for. I guess we're really going in there, into the Doomcrag. It's a bit scary, but I'm with Verandis to the end. I've seen the pain Verandis has suffered because of this place. It tortures him. Verandis has always been there for me. Always. I'll do anything for him. If that means invading the Doomcrag, then so be it. Probably more than he'll ever know. But that's besides the point. We need to end this and make things right. Even if we have to die to accomplish that.
Once again, you succeeded at the task set before you. Well done, my friend. A battle won, but the war rages on. We must reach the Lightless Remnant and destroy it. But Montclair will grow more desperate the closer we get to that cursed relic. Are you ready, my friend? Once more into the breach. I fear that Montclair will have a surprise or two waiting for us within the Doomcrag. I suddenly have the feeling that bringing an army up here was a terrible mistake. And never mind that now. We must reach the Lightless Remnant and end this madness. Tell the troops to remain here. They need to make sure none of Montclair's soldiers follow us up into the Doomcrag. Do not question me. If my orders aren't followed to the letter, Montclair will defeat us, and Rivenspire will be lost. Talk to Countess Tamreth and Baron Doro. Tell them what I have said. Then meet me at the bridge that leads to the Doomcrag.
What word, my friend? Is Verandis ready for the troops to ascend the Doomcrag? Remain behind and deny them the glory of being there when we achieve victory? Never! When Verandis starts his march to the top of the Doomcrag, we will be with him every step of the way. I'll leave enough soldiers to protect our flank, but our best soldiers are coming with me. Tell the Count that we're coming with him, whether he likes it or not.
Do you believe that man? And to think, I thought him to be dashing and heroic. But enough of such matters. You aren't here to discuss my personal life. Tell me, what news from Count Ravenwatch? Are we ready to march against Montclair? And as a little girl, I wanted a pet guar I could decorate with ribbons and call Penelope. But we don't always get what we want, especially in war. The light has guided us this far. It is not done with us yet. I thought I made that clear. The Count has been an invaluable ally, but he is not in charge of this expedition. My troops have served us well. They deserve to see this through to the end. Tell the Count that we're going with him to Doomcrag.
Hold, mortal. You must go no farther. Turn back now, and take the other mortals with you. Your flesh and blood is too fragile to withstand the power of the cursed relic. We only seek to save you from the fate that befell us so very long ago. This place is cursed, tainted by a terrible power that has grown corrupted and impure. We do not wish to see you succumb to its vile touch. When we came to this land many eons ago, we brought with us a powerful relic to help us tame its wilderness and allow us to survive. It was originally La Tanya, the light of life, forged by our greatest sorcerers. It helped plants grow and healed illnesses. It helped us bring life to this barren wilderness. We were attacked by the savages that dwelled here before us. It was a brutal fight, and much blood was spilled. Many died on both sides of the conflict. Blood and death tainted the light of life. The relic changed. It became Abagandra, the lightless remnant, a beacon of death. Moreover, when the vampire touched it, the corruption intensified, became more potent. If the relic is destroyed, the blood curse will flow unhindered throughout the land.
You must do exactly as I taught you. Yes, the power of the Remnant will call to you, tempt you. You must be strong enough to withstand that lure.
I'm ready for this. You know that. Stop treating me like I'm a novice, Verandis. I won't fail you. I won't let you down.
You have never disappointed me, Gwendis. But the Remnant is more powerful than you can imagine. Be on your guard. Now head inside. I'll join you in a moment. I trust you have spoken to Tamrith and Dorel. Are the soldiers standing guard at the second portal? The fools! I just wish I would have realized our mistake before we made it this far. I didn't realize that our proximity to the Remnant would be our undoing. The Remnant feeds off life, devours it. Not only will Gwendis and I be susceptible to its lore, but the soldiers... they're just more fodder for the blood curse. No, it's too late for that now. We have to move forward and hope we're not overwhelmed by our own forces. But if any of them turned into blood fiends, I promise to end their suffering as quickly as possible. this is where it happened. Where Layla died, and Montclair changed.
Where are Montclair's forces? I thought for sure we'd have to fight a horde of blood fiends to make it through this place.
Montclair is a strategist. He's waiting for us to make a mistake that he can take advantage of. I fear that mistake is about to be made.
Soldiers, spread out.
You
Secure
should
this
have heeded
chamber.
my warning, Baron. This is no place for you.
You would deny our moment of glory, Count? The light shines on us this day.
There is no light here, Countess. Only darkness and death.
RK, protect us. What is that?
Baron Montclair. He's here.
Troops, on my command.
Welcome, Verandis. And like a good guest, I see you've brought me gifts to play with. Allow me to grant my blessing to your army.
This is exactly what I feared. He's turned our own troops into blood fiends.
How does it feel to watch those... My wife... My daughter... You've taken everything I ever loved, Verandis!
I'm sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
My daughter loved you, Verandis. She loved you!
The Revenant. The power. It drove Larea insane. Are those giant skeletons?
You've grown strong, Verandis. Your allies grant you strength.
Come out and face us, you coward. You can't hide from us forever.
Wyland, please. We can find a way to free you from this power.
To what end, my old friend? My wife is dead. My daughter killed by your own hand. What do I have if not this power? I think I'd prefer to let you experience my pain. My suffering. To let you see what it's like to lose everything you hold dear.
No, Montclair. Stop this madness.
Come, Gwendis. You look famished. Allow me to prepare you a feast fit for my new queen.
No, Montclair, please! I never should have brought everyone here. I should have handled this on my own. You're in danger as well. Montclair will eventually try to use you against me. Montclair has never left the Remnant Chamber. He was able to defeat us by working through a projection. I assume he's teleported Gwendis and the others to his side. I'm still connected to the one who turned me. The answer to our problem rests with him. If we are going to defeat Montclair, you must trust me this one last time. I will not betray you. We can discuss that later. For now, we need to reach Gwendis before the Remnant corrupts her and she feasts upon the others. Head upstairs and I'll follow right behind you. I can feel them. Gwendis, Tamrith, and Doral are still alive. But I can also feel Gwendis' hunger. She won't be able to hold back much longer. We must be ready to do whatever is necessary. Let's go. Be on your guard. Montclair will do everything he can to stop us. If Gwendis has been harmed, or any of our friends, I'll show him no mercy. Close. I can sense that Gwendis is nearby. Gwendis? What has he done to you?
Verandis, help. Please, help me. Their blood smells so good. These restraints, they won't hold me back much longer.
You must control yourself, Gwendis. We'll find a way to get you out of there. Show yourself, Wylan. Tell me what you want. Damn you, Montclair, answer me! I'm sorry, my friend, but it seems we're going to have to play Montclair's game to free the others. If we don't get Gwendis out of there soon, those restraints will break, and she'll feed on the nobles. Montclair has constructed a blood ward to imprison Gwendis and the others. The Remnant, its proximity is playing havoc with Gwendis' hunger. The urge to feed is stronger in her than ever. He's using alien magic to increase the power of the ward. I'll do my best to dispel it, but I think we'll need to destroy the statues if I'm going to have any chance to succeed. You must protect me while I attempt to unravel the spell. Montclair will strike when I'm distracted. You must keep me safe, or we'll never reach Gwendis in time. One more thing. Watch for an opportunity to destroy the statues. As long as they power the ward, my efforts will be less effective. Are you ready? Then may luck be upon us both. Gwendis, are you all right?
I did it. I resisted. I didn't feed. Wait. What happened to the nobles? Did I remember wrong?
They're fine, merely unconscious. I'm proud of your restraint, Gwendis.
What's going on in here? Is the Countess all right?
Damn it, Darian, slow down! Wait for me, you long-legged bastard!
The Baron and the Countess are fine, but you both arrived just in time to move them to safety.
Take them out? But we just got here. We want to help take down Montclair. Neither of us has had a good fight in... well, it's been at least a couple minutes.
No, Darian, this battle is not one that you and Scordo can win. Leave Montclair to us.
But... oh, very well. But I get to help take down the next would-be world conqueror we come across. Deal?
As you wish, brave Darian, as you wish. And now, my friend, the time has come to face Montclair.
Look at this. We leave you alone for a bit, and look what happens. The Countess, the Baron, even the little vampire, down and out for the Count. Well, we're here now. So what are you waiting for? Go and kick Montclair's arse!
Eselde is still breathing. That's a good sign, right? Of course it is. Montclair's forces tried to assault our camp. We held them off, though. Our mages put up some wards, so they should be fine without us. Scordo and I decided to come lend a hand. We've got this covered. Just watch out for yourself up there. Don't do anything foolish, like dying heroically or something. I try to avoid any kind of dying, heroic or otherwise. Besides, I'd rather you survive. Now go and do what you do best.
Rivenspire needs Tamrith and Orel. They cannot be allowed to perish here. I need to help get them to safety before I join you up above. They will, with my help. Besides, I can't face Montclair just yet. There are preparations I must make to ensure our success. But time grows short, and you must distract Montclair to give me time I need for my preparations. If Montclair dies while connected to the Remnant, the relic breaks and unleashes its curse upon Rivenspire. No one would be safe from the Blood Fiend Plague. We need to stop Montclair, but we need to do so in a way that doesn't doom Rivenspire. That, my friend, is what I still need to work out. And while I do that, I need you to keep Montclair busy. You have done more than I ever hoped, my friend, and I am proud to have fought beside you. Now go. We both have jobs left to do.
The remnants wash over.
Remnant. It's cracking. You did it! The power threatens to break free. I can feel it. The power. I could consume it. Become stronger than I ever imagined. No. I can't give in to this temptation. I must remove the Remnant from this place. Take it to the plane of my master. We need to talk. One last time. Time is against us, my friend. I must remove the Remnant from this place before it is too late. I need you to do something for me first, though. Adusa, my oldest, most trusted ally. Tell her that House Ravenwatch is hers now. She must carry on our work. Continue to train Gwendis, and any others who need her help. Because I need to take this relic out of this realm. It needs to be transported to a place where it can't do any harm. I have made a deal with my master. Molag Bal has agreed to take me and the relic to Cold Harbor. It is the only way to make certain that Rivenspire is saved. Molag Bal will take the relic into his realm. Rivenspire, all of Nirn, will be safe. The deal has already been made. It's either this, or allow everyone to turn into the very fiends we worked so hard to save them from. There is no other way. Tell Gwendis that I will miss her. She was always so full of life. Farewell, my friend.
Look, everyone! We've got a survivor!
I thought for sure that dropping a mountain on top of you would turn you into a fine paste. Not sure how you got out of there, but I'm glad I was wrong.
It's finally over, isn't it? What a Terrible price we had to pay for this victory, though. A lot of good men and women died, including Verandis. For a vampire, he turned out to be an honorable man.
What happened? Where's Verandis?
I'm glad the light saw fit to guide you back to us, my friend. If not for you and Verandis, we all would have died in there. The Count's name will be remembered. I promise you that.
You actually survived the destruction of the Doomcrag? That's remarkable. I mean, I've seen you do some amazing things. I'll never forget our adventures in Glenumbra. But to walk out of a collapsed mountain? That's really impressive. That persnickety vampire really came through in the end. He was a good man. For a vampire, I mean. We won the day, and that's what matters. The people of Rivenspire are safe now. Just barely. We made it out right before the damn mountain came crashing down. I still don't know what kind of magic you did up there to defeat Montclair, but remind me never to get on your bad side. Before we go, you need to talk to Gwendis. She's not taking this well. I even tried my sad face. It usually works. She almost bit my head off. Anyway, we'll see you back in Shornhelm. All right, everyone. Let's gather up our injured and get out of here.
He's really gone, isn't he?
Darian's right. There's
The mighty Verandis.
We need to return
I hate
to
this.
and let him know what
I
happened.
really hate it.
Mage, we need
Sacrificed.
The
Like in dead?
Of course, ma'am.
What do you mean he sacrificed himself? No. Why'd you let him do that? Do you know how hard he worked to distance himself from the prince? If Verandis is still alive, the prince won't give him up easily. But why did he leave me here? I should have gone with him. How do you know what he wanted? He was everything to me. Why didn't he tell me what he was planning? Why didn't he let me help him? Saved us. Doesn't feel like I was saved. But Verandis always carried a great weight on his shoulders. Maybe that's been lifted from him now. I can only hope, right? How do you know what he wanted? He saved us. Before we go, take this. Verandis gave it to me, but I can't keep it. You helped him so much. You should have it. You helped the man I cared about, the man I loved, and you were with him to the end. This belongs to you. I need a little time to say my farewells. Don't worry about me. I won't do anything stupid. Promise. But you need to get back to Shornhelm. Without Verandis there, they're gonna need your help to figure out what happens next. All of this, it happened because Rivenspire doesn't have a true leader. If that doesn't change, it won't be long before the region falls into chaos once more. At least, that's what Verandis used to say. I'll find my way. Verandis taught me well. And Adusa's back at the manor. She'll keep me company. Things will be all right. It'll just take time. Now go. Get out of here and go help the High King choose a ruler for Rivenspire.
I can't believe it. You mean Anenya was actually telling the truth? That girl has failed every assignment I've given her. She doesn't have a shred of natural magic ability. But if you have the tear of Anarame, I have to admit, I'm impressed. Stupendous! You have done a valuable service, my friend. Not just for Anenya, but for the guild as a whole. Actually, for all of Tamria. This relic's very dangerous, and we can now ensure it is put somewhere safe.
Hello, friend. Do you need directions to the inn? Well, your journey has been successful. Stenrick blood certainly runs through my veins. Marcel Stenrick? Well, that was my great-grandmother's name. Is that really her sword? I grew up listening to stories of Dame Marcel's exploits. She was quite the warrior, if you believe the tales. This is amazing! Our family used to be much more prominent back in my great-grandmother's day. Maybe her sword will turn our fortunes around. Maybe. Anyway, thank you so much for bringing this to me. I'll always treasure Dame Marcel's sword. Perhaps it will encourage me to take up a life of honor and adventure. Just what my parents told me. I never met my great-grandmother. Dame Marcel was an honored knight in the service of House Dorrel. I remember one story set during the time of the great feud between the Tamriths and the Dorrels. In the story, Dorrel's son Lanciot was kidnapped on the road to Northpoint by a dozen of Tamrith's most ruthless warriors. Despite the odds, Dame Marcel never hesitated. She swooped in with this very sword and rescued Lanciot. I love that story.
Spare a coin for the needy.
Not sure what's more surprising, that we made it to Shornhelm or that you did. Did you find Marion's necklace? Shore's bones, you did it. Thank you. With this, Marion will make a full recovery. I know it. May even get up the nerve to ask for her hand.
Did I hear that right? You went looking for my necklace. You found it and brought it back? The Eight preserve us! Oh, thank you! And if that lovable galoot doesn't ask me to marry him, I will! You just wait.
Nice out here. No more crawling around crypts, no more undead, no more really heavy armor, no more preaching about RK. Nope, no more. I'm done. That Edweg is gone. I am no longer in the service of RK. Maybe I'll be Edweg the Traveler, or maybe Edweg's safe at home. I bet you were sent to find me. Or at least the relic I was supposed to retrieve. St. Marben's fingerbone. Near as I could find out, it's buried up at the top of these barrows. But when I saw the trolls and felt the cold of the barrows on my skin, I said no more. I've resigned. You can get the relic and pass along my resignation to Alvarin.
You've returned. I did not expect this. Dare I hope, though? Do you know the means by which I might be released? Then delay no longer. Any thirst I once felt for life has long since faded. All I seek now is the peace of death. Though I want to despise the mage for what he did, I feel more pity than hate. I hope this gives him release as well. More than what I have peace at last.
I remember now. I remember it all. Oh, gods! What accursed thing did I do? The spell! It trapped me in the tree's form. It was a nightmare. Such was the price of my lust for longevity. But now I am released. Being trapped in the tree was a fate worse than any death I can imagine. Though I once did all I could to extend my life, I am now grateful to be granted the peace of death. If you were the one responsible for releasing me, then I thank you.
I'm not selling anything, friend. You'll have to go inside and talk to Sabir. My part in this business is in acquiring the items we sell and managing relations with our partners. It's about time. I haven't heard anything from that slippery lizard in weeks. If she's not able to deliver a steady supply, we can't keep doing business together. Tell me you've got something more for me than an excuse. Ha! She's getting out of the bandit business? Impossible. What's she going to do? Move to Shornhelm and try to earn an honest living? That's really courageous of her. To tell you the truth, I've often dreamed of doing the same thing. I thought if I tried something like that, then she and the other Bitterhand bandits would track me down and kill me. I was afraid. I don't know. Where would I go? What would I do? Maybe I could start over with Tibaja. Yes. Tell her to keep an eye out for me. I'll have to think about this, but it's starting to sound like a good idea.
Oh, hello. I thought that maybe you were my wife. I got back from my job at the cemetery, but she wasn't here. Bad news. Has something happened to my wife? To poor Nadafa? Well, spit it out. I can handle it. Tell me what happened to my wife. Yes, you're right. I know you're right. I need to think about this. Please, just leave me alone.
I rejoice that you still live. Arkay's blessing served you well. Cecibel has returned. What of the others? I feared as much. Alas for Edwig's weakness and the evil deeds of the bandits. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. I have rewards for your bravery and skill in Arkay's cause.
We haven't had a real king since Rancer, and he was a little bit crazy. I hope our new
It is good to see you, my generous friend. I came here to pray to Mara for forgiveness for my past, and it was like the clouds parted and the sun shined on my soul. I have decided to stay and devote my life to Mara. It is a better life. She did. That is funny, but I do not expect she will follow through. Regardless of her path, though, I am grateful she will not interfere with mine. And for that, I have you to thank. You have cleared away the weeds so that I may set down new roots and thrive. Someday, I hope I can do the same for another and repeat the cycle. No, for many years I dreamt of escaping the current that carried my life, but it demanded I swim upstream, and such a sacrifice I was not willing to make. Until now. I suspect Brigabeth will not make the sacrifice, and she will not change.
Smell that air. Smells like victory. House Montclair's hold on Shornhelm has been broken, but our job isn't done yet. Montclair loyalists still operate out of Shornhelm, yes? Whatever they are planning, we must know. They use couriers to pass messages, and that is how we shall find their informer, their spy. Adusa would sniff him out, but for you, something more subtle. Start at the west gate, find the courier named Guitot. Follow him. Watch him. He will try to pass a message. Watch and see who comes to find it.
I wonder if Baron Montclair was plotting for a long time before trying to take over Shornhelm.
Please, don't walk away. Don't ignore me. I really need your help. Ah, a trade, of course. Give me some gold and I'll tell you what I know. If that's your idea of a fair trade, I want nothing to do with you. But if you want to find the dust sweep, try the house across the way. He shares it with his wife. She's a lovely woman. Much too good for the likes of that scoundrel, I say.
Fine, how do you do? Do you make a habit of barging into a person's house? You're lucky. If I weren't so exhausted, I'd knock you over the head with my broomstick. If you're looking for my lazy husband, he's out somewhere, doing who knows what. I work 2 jobs to keep us fed, but they call him the dust sweep. Breaks my heart. He was, but there isn't much call for his services of late. Me, I take care of the miller's children every morning and then clean noble manors all afternoon. I'm wiped out. Well, things might be worse elsewhere. We at least have a house here, such as it is. I don't want to end up living in some raggedy tent worrying about wild animals, or worse, attacking. Shornhelm is my home. That's where I'll stay. What do you think you're doing? First you enter uninvited, then you start rifling through my cabinets. What is this, some kind of sick joke? Wait, I've never seen that book. What is it? He what? No. My husband has some silly ideas, but he's not... He wouldn't. What are you going to do? He didn't do this out of malice. He just wanted to support us. He hates that I have to work so hard. He's a good man, but... They'll kill him for this. Keep the code book, just don't implicate my husband. You have what you need, right? Just keep Edward out of it. You get what you need, and my husband remains a free man. Oh, bless you. Don't you worry. I'll keep the fool in line from now on.
What do you want? Have you discovered the identity of the informer? That's a strange way to put it, but Adusa will not pry. I'm disappointed we can't interrogate the informer, but the threat has been taken care of. You have been extremely helpful, Five Claw. We unraveled the threads of this plot with skill and daring, like unrolling a spool of yarn. Yarn. Sorry, this one gets easily distracted sometimes. What were we talking about? Oh, yes, yes. This proves Montclair's allies are still plotting and scheming. While you were tracking the spy, Adusa did some tracking of her own. Arcorian Two-Blades, a ruthless killer, is now on the Montclair payroll.
Kill the killer. Adusa would rather do the work herself, but this codebook demands immediate attention. Find the assassin where he waits, west of town. When the deed is done, find me at Ravenwatch Manor. Bright moons guide you.
That's Two-Blades. He has been a scourge on Rivenspire for years. But working for Montclair, that is the straw that broke the Ponyquar's back. He is a cold-hearted killer who enjoys what he does. Just last month, Two-Blades ambushed a caravan bringing supplies to an orphanage in Stormhaven, slaughtered the guards, and made off with the goods. He has no sense of honor. This one is a master of stealth and a gatherer of information. Sometimes Adusa strikes, but sometimes Adusa points the blade and lets another drive it home.
Thank you for sparing me. I may never be my true self again, but I can still serve Rivenspire.
Give Adusa the good news. Tell this one that our Corian Two Blades is just a bitter memory. Best news this one has heard all day. Rivenspire will sleep easier without that monster lurking in the shadows. Maybe we should change his name to No Blades, yes? Get it? Anyway, thanks for your help. It's good to see Verandis was right about you. You make Rivenspire a safer place with every task you complete. You had a taste with Two Blades. Ready for something with a little more meat on its bones? Adusa has been studying this codebook, gathering information, learning what she can. It seems Montclair's forces are resolved. They hired Two Blades to eliminate a list of targets. We need that list. Do you actually listen to what Adusa says? Yes, get the list. This one learned that Rasaba the Keen carries the list. Kill Rasaba, or do not, Five Claw, as you choose. We only need the list. To find Rasaba and the list, head due south from the manor. Follow the river, and you should see them camped between Silverhoof Vale and Camp Temrith. Rasaba the Keen's as cunning as she is brutal. She fought her way to the top of her organization, climbing a ladder of blood. There's always a group of fierce young warriors at her side. If it turns into a battle, you're going to have a war on your hands. This one is a master of stealth and a gatherer of information. Sometimes Adusa strikes, but sometimes Adusa points the blade and lets another drive it home. My friend, your return, it is well-timed. For some reason, Montclair's forces have attacked the castle. This one can't imagine why they would do such a thing. Oh, yes. Adusa is fine. Nothing to worry about. Let's take a look at that list. Of course. Verandis, Adusa, and Quindis. We're at the top of the list. That would certainly explain why they attacked the castle, yes? We are the targets? Well, that only proves we are doing something right. If no one wants to kill you, you are not trying hard enough, this one always says. All? All is a very big number, Five Claw. This one smells more of them, all around, in the shadows. We'll meet them here, in the open. No, too open. Into the castle, less directions to defend against. Quickly, Five Claw, follow Adusa. Ready yourself, Five Claw. Here they come. Adusa can smell your fear, and it is delicious. How courageous of you. Ill-advised, but courageous. Meet this one outside, my friend. Let's make sure we eliminated all of the assassins. How dare the fools invade Ravenwatch Castle? Did they really think they could prevail against us? Now, we fight back. These villains, they think they can strike at us where we live? They are fools, and less than fools. We will take the fight to them. Thanks to the information you have gathered, we know where the worm behind this hides. These assassins, they thought they were hunting us. Now Adusa turns the tables. Now we hunt them. Arcorian Two-Blades, Rasaba the Keen, they were hired by Montclair's nephew, a diseased worm named Robert. He seeks to turn Montclair's remaining forces into an army, bolstered by hired blades. Thanks to the codebook you found, yes, Robert is hiding inside the old Montclair Manor in Shornhelm's upper city. We'll meet in front of the manor house. Then, we finish this, one way or another. Meet Adusa at Montclair Manor, Five Claws. It's in Shornhelm's upper city. This one must clean up here first, or Verandis will become very cross. He hates it when we play with our food.
Well?
What is the point of this?
Montclair's nephew is close. Adusa can smell Robert from here. Adusa is very, very ready. Besides, the odds of actually dying, well, you know how it is with vampires. We're pretty hard to kill. Come, let us put an end. My claws and daggers are ready. This one will fight like a whirlwind of fury.
It looks like I'll have to kill you myself.
Adusa is so happy she could just purr. The fighting, the blood, the excitement. Adusa hasn't had so much fun in an elf's age. And yes, we ended another threat to Rivenspire. That too. All in all, Adusa had a fine, fine day. This threat? Yes. But don't worry, another will appear before you know it. You have been a friend to Adusa, and to Rivenspire. Stay fragrant, Five Claw. This one is sure we will meet again someday. You did well, my friend. Adusa would fight at your side anytime. You'll be the first person Adusa calls. Promise.
So here we are. Baron Montclair's dead, and that damn artifact is destroyed. Yes, you can pat yourself on the back, all right. You've saved Rivenspire, and that's no small thing. You do realize this creates a predicament for me, though, don't you? Well, I can't very well go on pretending the nobles can share the throne. Everyone knows what a colossal mistake I made there. I'm going to have to crown someone. A king or a queen of Shornhelm. Someone to rule Rivenspire, don't you think? Exactly. So I have to choose. Countess Tamrith or Baron Dorell. Frankly, since you've recently fought alongside the two of them, I would appreciate your counsel. Speak to them, if you wish. Think about it, and then give me your recommendation.
I think that Countess Tamrith and Baron Dorell both could be excellent rulers. The important thing is that we crown someone. And today must be the day.
We've come through much to reach this point. We won a battle for the very soul of Rivenspire. Now comes the responsibility of rebuilding the kingdom. I hope High King Emmerich gives me the opportunity to lead us through the difficulties ahead. I do. I've come to respect Countess Tamrith. She's a bright young woman, but she's not qualified to rule the kingdom. The coming days demand decisive leadership and a firm hand. You know that as well as I. That makes me the perfect choice. First things first, we need to rebuild our defenses. The Shornhelm Guard has been decimated by the Civil War, and we'll need to recruit and retrain hundreds of young men and women to restore our strength.
You faced down Montclair and lived to tell about it. I'm envious, you know. Things are going well. I even plan to resume my duties in the Guard. Gwendis has been very patient. I still have a hard time with the blood-drinking business, but I'm learning.
It's a miracle that we survived and triumphed over Montclair, thanks in no small part to my steady leadership. May RK grant the High King the wisdom to see that I am the best choice to lead Rivenspire. I do. Baron Dorell is a good man, but he can be dangerously short-tempered and is far too quick to act. Shornhelm has had enough impetuous rulers in its history. We need a thoughtful ruler who truly has the people's best interests at heart. Helping the people of Rivenspire recover. So many of the kingdom's subjects have been displaced. So many have lost loved ones. We must do what we can to restore the people's faith and get their lives back to at least a semblance of normalcy.
Take as much time as you like, my friend. It's only the High King and the entire kingdom of Rivenspire waiting. Good. Though I do hope you've given the matter due consideration. This isn't like choosing which tunic to wear in the morning. It will affect many lives, and the future of the Daggerfall Covenant. Tell me then, House Tamrith or House Dorell? She's very young, but perhaps that means she will bring some much-needed change. Very well. If that's your counsel, I will make Countess Tamrith the Queen of Shornhelm. Are you certain she is the best choice, though? The bright young Countess Tamrith, then. I know she is thoughtful, humble, and as sharp as an assassin's dagger. I am sure she will make a courageous queen. Queen Eseld of Shornhelm. It even has a nice ring to it. Then it's decided. Thank you for your counsel. Both Queen Eseld and myself will be in your debt. After all you've done, there's no reward that can express my gratitude, but please, accept this gift. I'd feel guilty if I didn't give you something. If I might have everyone's attention, I have decided to crown a new Queen of Shornhelm. Eseld Tamrith, please come forward.
Might I have a word with my husband's new best friend?
I hereby name your house the new Royal House of Shornhelm.
I give you my solemn oath, Your Majesty. I will lead the kingdom of Shornhelm with wisdom and honor, and I pledge my eternal allegiance to you and to the Daggerfall Covenant.
All hail the new ruler of Rivenspire. You realize that since I made this decision based on your recommendation, that if ever there's a rebellion in Rivenspire, well, you'll at least have to help me clean it up.
I respect the High King's decision, but I can't hold my tongue. I have serious doubts about Queen Iselde's ability to rule. I hope she proves me wrong, or all of Rivenspire will pay the price.
Thank you for your faith in me. I will do all that I can to prove I deserve this honor. And you will always be welcome in Shornhelm.
Today is a fortuitous day indeed for Rivenspire, though I fear other kingdoms within the Covenant may not be so lucky. I know that my husband considers you to be his champion, but I wonder if you might be willing to assist his queen as well? I have heard troubling news from Sentinel. Rumors say that enemies from my father's past have returned. I wrote to him right away, of course, but as everyone knows, King Faharajad can be slow to respond. Still, I fear for his safety. Necromancers. Their kind has not been seen in the Alikir Desert for years, but that only makes them more dangerous. If you can go to Sentinel and just ensure all is well, it would be a relief. I have made travel arrangements, if you are willing. Look for a ship called the Don Posset offshore at North Point. The first mate, Elvira Dere, should be waiting for you on the docks, ready to leave for Sentinel. When you get there, just make sure the city is safe. Only visit my father, if you wish. Of course. I'm relieved already, just knowing that you will go. If there is any trouble there, I know my father could use help, whether he wants it or not. I'm sorry, I digress. You said you have a question. When I was very young, there was a necromancer, Satura. He raised an army of the dead and marched on Sentinel. Though my people will not fight the dead, somehow my father won the battle. If Satura has returned, though, it would be very bad. No, it is a matter of faith. Our people believe that desecrating the dead, even if they have been risen, is a terrible dishonor. This is why a necromancer in Sentinel would be a very bad thing, and why I am concerned for my father's safety. My husband has many admirable qualities, and one of them is a hopeless optimism. He rarely takes action until a problem has at least been confirmed. As I said, I have only heard rumors of trouble in the Alikir. Hopefully it is nothing. Of course. My father is King Faharajad, my brother Azah, my sister Lakana, and I were raised in Sentinel. Then one day my father told me he had to marry me to this mad, young king of Wayrest, Emmerich. I was furious, of course, but I came around.
What? Hey there. You the one Queen Maria bought passage for to Sentinel? All right. I'm just glad you didn't bring along a chest full of luggage. We got to row out to the posset in this little dinghy here. Real glamorous, eh? As long as you don't mind rowing. Captain Mark already let me do all the rowing on the way in. Such a gentleman. Yeah, I wouldn't expect any rowing from him. We're ready whenever you are. Just say the word and we'll push off. Well, the captain's convinced we still haven't shaken that string of bad luck that started back in Stormhaven. That's a load of dung, though. We got a new crew and a new ship, the Dawn Posset. What more does he want? Beats the oblivion out of me. I don't know. He came into a pretty good-sized pile of coin not long after we saw you in Wayrest. Bought all kinds of cargo with it. Legitimate cargo. Things he's hoping to sell at other ports. We haven't sold anything yet, though. Then let's get the oblivion out of here. Come on, Captain. It's your turn to row. All right, you lubbers. Time to cast off.